fucking serious, dude? Oh my god, that has to be a -1, right? I don't even want to let it load. It takes forever and a day. I'll probably get a shittier fretboard, but I just have to know. It has to be a -1. Son of a bitch, dude. Do the battle, soldiers. Fuck off. I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It happened again. What am I saying? Of course I fucking believe it. I can't believe it was the same motherfucking note. That is crazy. There are 3,715 of them bitches. And I got a -1 on the same note. Ouch. Oh my god, that hurts, man. That hurts. That might have been the worst one of anything I've ever done in my life. Just forgot to strum, or forgot to tap. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I fucking did it. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my 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 god, it's over. It's over. Oh my god, it's fucking over. Holy shit, it's over. Oh my god, dude. Man, hard drive space. Oh my god, I have like 30 minutes left of hard drive space to record. Dude. Oh my god, I have... So... This was a very strange run. I know this probably sounds cliche, and a lot of people probably say this, and I don't know, maybe fudge the truth a little bit, but I really am, like, I was super worn out. I've done like probably 8 hours of runs of this today, and I honestly said to myself, one more good run. Good run meaning, like, you know, past interlude 2. And I just kept missing on interlude 1 in this stupid, just this really dumb, easy spot that I was just having trouble with. Oh my god, dude, it's so hard to go through my thought process. But, anyway, so this was that run that I got past interlude 2, and the funny thing about this run is that star power where I activated at Lead the Way 2, that was the first time I had ever used that path. I was just using it as like a, well, you know, let's try to get a better score. And then I activated at Shred to Glory B, literally just out of habit, because that's where I normally activate, but with like a full star power. And so, like, my brain was was thinking like half about star power usage and not even so much about actually being on an FC. And I didn't strum the first note of Shred to Glory B like I normally do. I've been elbow strumming it just to get like the tempo right, to hit it just slightly early. Oh my fucking god, dude. I can't even process this right now. I didn't have any Beyond the Flames B chokes, man, and I am just so fucking happy about that. That was also another place I used a different star power. I normally activate right at the last set of blue strums, like on the final... on the last set of blue strums, and for some fucking reason I was like, oh, I'll just go to better star power usage, and I used it like halfway through the orange, and I almost missed. I was definitely going like a little too fast. Holy shit, dude. I don't know if just like thinking about the star power honestly saved that run, because it just kept my mind off of... Holy fuck. Oh my god. This is my best FC. This might forever be my best FC. I mean, most people agree that this is the hardest song in the series. I think it might go between this and I'm the One based on your just ability. For me, right now, it would be I'm the One, just because I'm the One is literally impossible for me. With my current strumming ability. Dude, I'm not even going to talk about that. This is such an incredible accomplishment for me. This game and this engine are unbelievably fucked up. Like, there is not... I don't even feel accurate saying there's not a single free section in this song. There is not a free subsection in this song. There is not a free goddamn note in this song. every single fucking pixel of the fretboard is there to fuck you over. And I have missed so many times in every single section beyond it, like literally in the song, every single section. Holy shit, dude. I did not expect to get this tonight. I just did not expect. I just wanted one more decent run, and it turned into this. I am fucking ecstatic. This has been, you know, like, I understand this is kind of a heavy thing to put out, but this has been one of the worst weeks of my entire life, largely due to grinding this song. I put this on right after I full game FCGH2, which is a bad idea, but I was just, you know, curiosity killed the me. So I was going through it. I developed a method for Shred to Glory B for the first time in like an hour or two. I hit it. I was feeling, yeah, fuck this song. I can do it. If I had known anything about how this engine works and just what kind of trials and tribulations this would bring upon me, there is no way in fuck hell I would have gone through with this. But I'm a stubborn motherfucker, and I just couldn't accept this song defeating me. And I, like, the amount of time this is like most of all I've been doing for like the past week in my free time. Just this one fucking song, and my hands hurt. My hands hurt so fucking bad. My wrist is killing me. It has been for like the past 3 or 4 days. This is actually only the second day that I've been grinding FC runs. Up until 2 days before this, I think, so 2 days ago, was the first time I was like actually doing just runs of the song just to get better at the engine, and I actually made it up to like Sam solo once. And so yesterday, you know, things were getting more consistent, and I started to do the FC runs. And like I said, today I wanted this very badly today. Dude, oh my god, you guys don't, I wanted my fucking life back so bad. I was so fucking sick of playing this shitty fucking song on this garbage engine, just driving myself crazy. Like, I was seriously depressed about this for a good like 3 days of just practicing Shred to Glory B in twin solo over and over and over and over, and just not getting any consistency out of it. And then, you know, things finally started to click. I finally started to hit things a little earlier, watch my tempo a little bit more. You just get a little bit better each hour, and I don't even want to guess how many hours I put into this. At least 30 in the past week. This was at least that. Jesus Christ, man. I'm just in disbelief that I actually finished this off tonight. Like, I'm so fucking happy I can wake up tomorrow and not have to play this anymore. And as like a consolation prize, I suppose, not that this really means anything, but I think this is the first PS2 FC of this. And, you know, for how long this song takes to load on here, you know, the game's been out for, like, what, around 14 years now? So there's only been enough time to do about 10 total runs of this with how long it takes to load. On a more serious note, fuck these loading times. This song literally takes, like, over 30 seconds to load. And probably 20 of that is just that goddamn dumbass Venus flytrap snapping at me in these generic dumb dickhead character models, and I don't even know who I'm playing as. I don't know who designed these dipshit fretboards that are like, ooh, forest green and bright Skittles blue. There's not even a bright blue Skittle, but my point stands. Like, a lot of these fretboards just absolutely suck, and I kept getting the shitty ones, but it's not like you can reset and like go try another run, because that takes a fucking full minute to quit out and load the song again. It's ridiculous. You can't even be picky about which shitty fretboard you get. Fuck this game. I hate it so much. I'm also like very confident that there is some kind of like Rock Band 3 esque issue between the calibration between practice mode and like normal play, because, and you know, this is just a theory, but from how like smooth the fretboard is and like how, you know, empty and static the background is in practice mode, I feel like the game is just chugging really hard, and it adds a fuck ton of input lag. And that's why, like, because there is definitely 100% a difference in playing real runs compared to practice. You have to hit things a lot sooner, and that just exacerbates every single problem that this game has to infinitum. It makes you have to hit the slider notes like way earlier than you feel comfortable with. And I, you know, I think I heard this just in the Asai video where he FC'd the song. He said like, oh, he had heard the PS2 engine is like more lenient. Honestly, I don't know how the fuck it could get less consistent than this, unless Herman Lee comes out of your TV once every run and kicks you in the balls. And like, I can see that being one of those like promotional things, like, oh, GH5, buy it, you get Van Halen for free, and they're like, oh, Smash Hits, buy it on Xbox, and Herman Lee comes out and kicks you in the balls once in a run when you're playing through the Fire and Flames. And that, maybe that got a few extra sales, but I don't think it was worth it in the end. Yeah, so back to reality, I really don't understand how this engine could possibly be any worse. I really don't. Every single aspect of it is just fucking garbage. The only thing that works decently is being able to like strum individual hammer-ons. There are certain engines that'll just overstrum when you try to do that. This engine is pretty okay about that, but like fast strumming, all of that shit, it sucks. Fuck this game, man. Verse 1 can go fucking die. Verse 1A to 1B is such an unbelievably broken piece of shit section where the first note of, I think it's 1B. It's hard to tell the actual sections apart on here because just like, at least in GH3 it did this, it loads a small amount of the previous section when you're in practice mode, so it's hard to really tell unless you're really paying attention, but I think verse 1B is the yellow strumming is where that starts, and 1A is the slider notes leading up to it. And you know, I'm glad I saw something about this in Guitar Hero Rock's description for like his chokes on this song, where he mentioned that the first note of 1B is like a pseudo slider. It's not actually a slider note, it's a fucking strum note, but it just becomes a slider whenever the fuck it wants, and it just screws you over. It's completely broken. This game engine is broken. It's a fucking mess, dude. And that's not the that's not the only section. You might be thinking, oh, well, you know, it's right, it's near the beginning of the song. It's a minute in, and it just sucks balls to miss on that section over and over again. Replay that same minute. But guess what? That's not the only broken strum slider note. It happens in Sam's solo. Fucking Sam solo. I hate that section more than... That probably cost me more runs than any other section in this song, because there's like 4 spots that you can miss in pretty easily. The beginning trill for multiple reasons. You can like start it too early or too late, or just let go of red too early on the first trill. That happened to me a few times. The strumming, again, not only because it's just bullshit strumming, but because it acts as a slider note. It's fucked up. It's broken. It's a piece of shit. And then the slider notes at the end of it, the really like slow slider notes, I choked probably around 10 runs to that shit. Sam Solo, I swear I had probably 15, 20 chokes in Sam Solo. It was unbelievably awful. Shred to Glory B, I was actually getting pretty damn consistent at, surprisingly. Twin Solo was back and forth, man. The intro triplets were just, or the intro triplets, the ascending slider triplets were just always a pain no matter what method I tried to use, because it pretty much comes down to either having to one hand the first triplet, or, alt tap the first triplet. With alt tapping, it's more consistent because you're less likely to overlap notes, and it's just faster if you can get up there, if you have a good like tapping speed. But it's really hard to do that, and so it's just a risk whether or not you can get up to the triplets or not. Whereas one-handing, it's a lot safer, it's a lot more consistent, but it's really hard because you have to make sure to hit the orange note, the singular orange at the end of the strumming before anchoring red to start the triplets. And the way I was going about that was I would do a like a orange red trill kind of movement to make sure that I hit that, but that makes one-handing the entire triplet really difficult. So so I actually ended up using that method, the one hand the first triplet method, and the reason why is because even though in practice it wasn't that consistent, I knew that once you're on an FC run and you have that adrenaline, your fast twitch muscles, everything is just heightened, and that's it. That's why it worked. I remember back in the day, whenever I used to like have really bad chokes on songs, and I would have that like heightened adrenaline, I would go and practice, or I would go and try to FC Surfing with the Alien immediately after, because for a long time I wasn't able to double tap that fast enough for consistently long enough to hit 1A normally, but when I had that adrenaline, I actually could do it faster and for longer. It was just, you just have that energy that you otherwise wouldn't, and so that's why I settled on that method for twin. But I was pretty damn consistent with the the triplets, whatever, and Beyond the Flames B. I wasn't super concerned about that, but of course I choked in the snake, and I was shocked that I choked in the snake, because that is just not a section that I was missing like ever in practice. And my method for that is to just alt tap the green red, and then one hand alt tap the yellow red green triplet, and then one hand the blue red green and the sequential orange red green triplet. So I would do tap and then two one hands, and that was fine. And then I tapped the last sustain. And with this star power path, again, I actually didn't mean to use this path. I was going to activate in twin solo, which would have gave me a lot better score, but fucking I do not care, dude. God, I am so happy to have this over with. I am just so ecstatic to have this over with. I get my life back, man. I can go back to practicing Melee and doing the shit that I actually need to be doing in my life. God. I could sit here and talk all night and it won't do any justice to the just the absolute shit I went through to get this. um, one all the different methods of like things that just any miscellaneous section I would just completely lose consistency with. Generally the sliders in them, and then I would have to reformulate a method for it, and it was just like that. It's like a fucking bacteria adapting to an antibiotic. It was, oh god. The weird thing is, so if you don't know, a big problem with this engine, with the slider notes in general, is that you can hit slider notes beyond the current one that you're actually trying to activate, and essentially that's why that whole twin solo triplet thing happens, where I said you have to make sure to hit that the orange before starting the triplets, because if you anchor red, you'll overlap the orange and miss it, and it'll just activate red. So when I'm sitting here like trying to formulate these patterns or anything, I haven't talked to anyone about like this song or anything. Everything that I had done for this was completely like my methods and everything, so I have no like outside perspective or influence. And so when I'm thinking about these patterns and how this slider system works, I'm thinking, okay, you really don't want to anchor stuff because that increases the chance that you'll overlap notes and miss. And holy fuck, was that wrong in so many sections, namely like bridge 1. Not like the GH3 bridge 1 area, like bridge 1 of this song, where it's just these really simple slider trills. I completely lost my ability to hit that section for a while, and it was driving me crazy. I was just so upset and just so depressed about it, and like I just can't, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. I put all this fucking work, I've been practicing this song for like 4 days, and I just can't do this simple shit. And it turns out all I had to do was anchor red. The trill I'm talking about, it's like blue, yellow, red, yellow, blue, yellow, red, and then it continues like that for a bit. Din, 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 din. And so I'm not anchoring red because I don't want to overlap the notes, but that was just making me fuck up over and over again. I don't understand why it works, but I carried that mentality on to a few other sections. Another section that I had a very similar experience with was chorus 1A, where it's just this like little slider snake section. Blue, red, green, red, orange, red, green, red, blue, red, green. And I completely lost my ability to hit it. It's 1,000 notes into the song, and I would just miss this easy fucking stupid section over and over again until I brought over that mentality. I'm just going to anchor green, and hey, it worked, and I never missed it again. Just so many bizarre just interactions with this garbage engine, and just I can't believe how much this took out of me, and I can't believe I finished it tonight. Another reason I'm so ecstatic to finish it tonight is because tomorrow morning I've been informed that my neighbors are going to be having concrete put in at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's going to be extremely loud very early on in the day. The early on thing doesn't matter. I've been getting up at like 2 a.m. So, but the problem was I wasn't going to be able to record runs really during that time, at least with the mic, and I very much want the mic on so I can ramble about shit. But more accurately, so I can, have the external audio of strumming and everything, reaction, etc. And so I was kind of like bummed about that. Like, I'm not going to be able to do runs, even though I really want to get this over with. And now I don't have to worry about any of that, dude. Sometimes life just works out, man, and it's fucking great. And sometimes you spend 7 days playing a shitty song that you never wanted to hear again 10 years ago. um, oh my god, man. I just can't believe this actually went through. I don't know if I'm going to upload this before or after the inevitable choke and just unbelievable shit compilation that happened with this. The two identical -1s in Ready for Battle or whatever the fuck. That blew my mind. I've never seen anything like that, and especially never like those runs were like a half hour apart. The quote unquote reverse Herman solo choke, and just, oh, man. It's over, dude. It's fucking over. I never have to hear this song again. I'm not doing this on Rock Band. I don't give a fuck. I imagine I'll be taking a very long break after this. My memory card has been off and on working. It worked when I initially plugged it, because I actually have left my PS2 on for like the entire duration of practicing and doing runs of this, so like a week-ish. And the memory card was working when I booted it up. And then a couple days ago, it just stopped being able to read. I finished a run that was a high score, and it was like, well, there's no memory card. So if I can get that working again sometime, again, GH1, still want to finish that off. I actually have the parts to fix my Explorer. So PSX2 and practicing the solos is on the table, which should help tremendously, especially with Fire It Up. But that's if that memory card works, because if it doesn't, then Bark at the Moon is kind of just dead. I'm not doing career mode for that right now. I'm sure I'm going to get full series comments. As far as that goes, like I said, at the current moment, I'm the one who's literally impossible. I can't do the strumming. I haven't developed a method to do it, and I haven't built up that kind of speed. So that's pretty much off the table for the moment. But in terms of more reasonable stuff, Warriors of Rock really shouldn't be that big of a deal. I have Sudden Death and Black Widow left. Sudden Death I only skipped because verse 2 is complete fucking garbage, but I'm sure I could find some kind of... If I can do this, man, I can do anything. I can come up with some stupid method for verse 2 and get it to work. Black Widow, the reason I didn't go for that was for some obnoxious strumming section after the, I don't know if you'd say after the main solo, but after those like fast slider notes. It's like 2,000 notes into the song. It's this really awkward strumming section. But those two are totally doable. Guitar Hero 5 is just so fucking boring that I don't even know like if I could force myself to do it. But again, doing this has just like... I feel like most everything is just gonna feel like a breeze after this if I continue it. Maybe a little overconfident and cocky, but there's no way to describe the level of hell that this song puts you in. And then World Tour, it's pretty much done. I mean, I've got Satch Boogie. I would need to do Hot for Teacher, which is admittedly pretty difficult. But again, let's, speak in comparisons here. The one issue I have with World Tour is that I never did career mode, and I'm not going to do career mode for Pull Me Under. But I do remember playing a pro face-off with like Guitar Hero Dude way back in the day online, and we did play that song. So maybe if there's some kind of like multiplayer exploit or something that I can do to just grind it like that, because it's not hard. I almost FC'd it the first time that in that Pro Face-Off Sight Red. I think I missed one. So that game wouldn't be a big deal. And then outside of that, yeah, I mean, it's Van Halen. It's, whatever. I don't want to think about anything. I don't even honestly know if I ever want to look at a plastic guitar again in my life, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Like I said, I just wasn't expecting this. I think I'm actually just gonna go, like, hang this SG up in, like, I'm just gonna frame this SG and just let it retire and go down in history. This thing is the fucking GOAT. Like I said, they must have just peaked in controller design with these things. This thing has carried me through so many games across so many years the way that no other piece of hardware has. And I'm glad that I was able to finish it out with this thing, as stupid as that sounds. I did have a couple issues with it, honestly. The first of all is the strum bar was squeaking pretty badly. That was really annoying. But I also did experience a couple overstrums just very sporadically. And so when I was elbow strumming, I would do it really softly to make sure I didn't do that, to make sure it didn't bounce back and overstrum. And that kind of screwed up my game a little bit. Made me miss a couple times, very frustratingly, but overall the old boy pulled through, and that's all I can ask of it. It's over, man. I really feel like I could just sit here and keep talking forever, just because I'm just so elated just to have this over with, get my life back, not have to do this same shit anymore. I know it's not healthy to go about these like this. I know it's just like, you know, work it into your life. It's not like, you know, that's the frustrating thing about us as humans, that we don't learn super efficiently by just doing something 100%. We learn the most efficient way to, like, learn multiple things at the same time is to spend like an hour or two a day on each thing instead of like 8 hours on the same thing, you know, over a shorter time period. But again, it's a combination of just being dangerously stubborn and wanting this out of my life completely. I never want to play this fucking song in this game again. As for this game, I'm like 90% sure this is a full game FC. I did most of the other stuff on Xbox. Like, I know I've FC Play With Me multiple times, and Raining Blood, and all the hard stuff, so it would just be like throwaway stuff left. The Trooper on here is FC'd on PS2, so it really wouldn't be. I'm pretty sure I got Freebird as well. Like, there should be nothing left on this game, and even if there is, it's nothing, obviously, compared to this. So this game might as well, you know, be full game FC'd. It's really just gonna come down to I'm the one, I think, because I do feel like at some point I'm gonna want a full series FC. As well as Devil and Soothsayer, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I am burnt the fuck out on this game for now, because my hands are just sore. My brain is just numb from playing this shit over and over. This is the most, like, straight effort and discipline I've put into anything in possibly ever, if I'm being completely honest. And I take most things very seriously. I go about them pretty strategically as much as I can, and, you know, try to put in as much effort as I possibly can. But this was just, I just went at this and just did not stop until it was over. And it's kind of weird because, this game's been out for almost 14 years now, and so it's kind of weird that I felt the need to do that, even though there's no like real incentive. It's not like I'm Danny Johnson FCing the song 3 weeks after the game came out, trying to get the first FC. It was just something that I just wanted to do and get over with, and it's funny looking back on these kind of things because, like I said, I absolutely did not expect to get this tonight. This was the last run that I was going to do, and I've missed so many times in so many stupid places. Just to get this is just kind of crazy. It's crazy I did not choke in Beyond the Flames. I started down strumming in outro A, all the chords, which I never do, and that could have been dangerous for, like, again, overstrum, like strum bar, bounce back, and I'm so proud of myself that I held it together there. There was definitely a point where I'd gotten up to the solo so many times that it's like I honestly started to not even feel nervous at some point, which is weird. It was just so like numb, and again, the star power stuff, this run just kind of kept my mind off it, off a lot of it. I don't think it would have had the same effect if this was like the first time I had passed Shred to Glory B, but it wasn't, It was only like the fourth time though, man. I had two twin solo chokes, one at the triplets and one at the sweeps before, because I literally just forgot to tap a note. I just didn't do my method. And then I had the snake choke, and that's it. I'm so glad this is over. I don't think there's really anything else I can add to this. I've been yapping for a while. But I'm never gonna get... That's the thing about this, is like, I'm never gonna get a chance to be in this moment again. And these videos, the reason I'm really recording these is because I like to go back and, like, it's nice to have, like, actual memories for this kind of stuff. I'm gonna look back on this someday when I'm 40 and, all that jazz. And what's really crazy about this is that, so I'm 28 right now, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, you fucking old bitch. No wonder your hands are hurting. Go take your arthritis medicine and take a nap, dumbass. But, the point is, when I grinded through the Fire and Flames on GH3, when I FC'd that, was back in 2009. That was 14 years ago. I was 14. That was half my life ago that I was grinding this same song on a different game. And this was worse, dude. Like, this, by the way, just to throw this out there, just in case there's any, I don't know, controversy about this. This is so much harder than GH3. Like, it's not even comparable, in my opinion. Sure, you can argue the chart, especially Bridge 1, is overall easier, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter in comparison to how fucked up this game engine is and how every single note in this song is out to kill you. This game hates you, it hates your family, it hates your friends, it hates everything you've ever loved, and it wants to crush it and make you wish you had never been born. So yeah, this song is harder than on here than GH3. But back to the original point. That's that's what I'm talking about when I'm speaking of memories and stuff. Like, man, that was half my life ago. that I was grinding this on GH3 and had gotten it. And grinding this song honestly brought me back. It really did bring me back to particularly one night. It was Halloween of 2009. I had some friends actually come over, my neighbors. We were pretty good friends, and he was with a couple people, and he asked me if I like wanted to go out and do something, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. I have to keep grinding through the fire and flames. I have to get this. And they weren't cool about that kind of shit back then. They were like, whatever. Insert slur here. Uh, but yeah, I grinded that song. I was grinding that song for like at least the day before, and that day like all day. Like that was all I was doing. And I didn't end up getting it until the following day, November 1st. But I remember, yeah, it was the same kind of just like, oh man, I'm so bummed out I wasn't able to get this. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like in a party with Preston Punk or something. And it was right after my account got hacked because I fell for some dumb phishing scam. And so did he, by the way, but we were kids. And so I was like half happy about it and happy. See, I don't know, man. It's something about that. Being distracted by something else just pushes you through sometimes. But yeah, that is a crazy kind of realization. It's funny that like how different of a person that I was, and like how different, well, that everyone is from, that kind of age gap, or hopefully is. Hopefully you do some maturing and growing up and just changing in that time, especially from adolescence. But it's the funny thing, and the kind of grounding thing about it is that you could be so much different. The world is so much different. Everything is so much different. But this is the same shit. It brings you back to the same shit of just digging you through, dragging you through the mud until you finally break through and get that accomplishment that's just hard as shit. And you get to move on. And yeah, like I said, it's just crazy. I'm playing this on a CRT. It's not the same CRT I had back then, but it's close, man. This whole setup is close to the same shit that I was doing half my life ago. And it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of grounding in a way, because it just kind of makes you realize that the more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess. I'm super duper rambling, but honestly, I'm like looking at my hard drive space to like tell me when to stop. I probably have like 10 minutes left. I don't think I'm gonna drag this out any longer. I think I've said everything I can. Fuck yes, dude. This is the first time I've been super legitimately thrilled about something like this for a long time. And again, I really don't know if it's, I'm so happy that I just got this done, that like, oh, I FC through the fire and flames on Smash Hits, and I'm the first PS2 FC and whatever. Which also I want to touch on that. People have FC'd this on Wii, which I'm pretty sure is the same engine, at least if like the previous games are anything to go by. I will say I don't know if the loading times are nearly as bad, and that plays a huge part in why this is such a pain in the fucking ass to FC on here, because you miss a section in runs a couple times and you're like, well, I really want to go practice this, but it takes so long to load anything, dude. It takes 30 seconds to load the song. It takes like 15 seconds to load each individual section or anything, and it just drives you crazy and extends the misery. But anyway, so people have done this on there. So it's not like the first done on this engine as far as I'm aware, but whatever. Like, again, it's the consolation prize. People aren't gonna go crazy about this like they would have back in the day, but like, holy shit, man. it's something. I got something out of this. The first PS2 FC, the first Poverty FC of Flames on Smash Hits. And I will take that to the bank. I will... Just being a clown over here. Just being a clown. I did it. Oh god. Alright, well, I think I already did the stat scroll. So I do want to take a picture of this for prosperity. And then I just want to look at the stat screen on video. Or not the stats, the set list scroll. I'm sorry if there's any loud sounds on here that I forget to edit out. This is gonna be a long thing, obviously. Top rockers. Oh god. Oh god, they make you... Well, fuck you, I didn't... They don't even... Oh my god, really? Yeah, D. Uppercase D did that. I meant to just go to the next letter, but fine, fuck you. It's not like this is saving anyway. Oh man, I leveled up. No, I didn't level up, but I got some cash for it. See? Look at this load time. I'm just going back. Fuck this game. But there it is, the gold stars. It's over. It's fucking over, dude. Thank you guys for watching. If anybody has listened to all this, appreciate it. I don't know. I think this stuff is interesting when I see videos on it and people actually willing to like go into depth about their experiences with stuff, but I also completely understand people not wanting to spend that much time just listening to someone ramble. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I don't know when the next time I'll be uploading is, but even if it's never again, this is a hell of a note to go out on. See you around.